I am live, guys. Guys, if you've been noticing, right? I've changed my hat for the past few videos and shows. That's because a couple days ago, I had opened up hockey packs, hockey booster cards. So I decided to wear a Toronto Maple Leafs hat. I'm in Toronto, obviously, and so wearing a Maple Leafs hat just makes sense when it comes to the NHL and cards. I made a video yesterday about opening up peachy cards. These are the peachy cards. And my upper deck cards are in here. I'm in the process of buying binders and sleeves to put these cards in. But guys, this is not what it's about today, guys. This is not about sports or cards. You can check those videos when you have time, guys. Whenever you want, check them out. So this is AAROM with Aaron Entertainment. It's all about Pop episode 8. So lately there has not been a lot of movie talk, television talk, video game talk in the world of entertainment. There's been confirmation that Suicide Squad is rated R, which makes perfect sense. Suicide Squad should have been rated R, right? I mean, for the type of movie, whatever. Suicide Squad should have been rated R. Last Suicide Squad should have been rated R. And when it came out in 2016. I'm all for that. I was not going to talk about this. Is confirmed Suicide Squad. Coming out here. I'm not sure which month, guys. I forget the release date. But yeah, Suicide Squad, guys, this year. It's coming out in 2021. We heard of Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. We got John Cena as Peacemaker. Jack Courtney is coming back as Boomerang. We got some newer characters, lesser known characters in the DC world, making their first film appearance. So you won't see Deadshot, Will Smith's Deadshot. But I'm interested to see it. I will watch this movie. I will watch Suicide Squad this year, whenever it comes out. Hopefully by the time it happens, the theaters are somewhat coming back to normal. But who knows, right? Remember, it's on HBO Max. Remember, it's a Warner Brothers movie, and they confirmed that almost all the movies are going to be on HBO Max, a streaming service, like they did with Wonder Woman 84. But I was going to originally talk about this. So there was a report in the papers, in the news, that Micheal Keaton was replacing Ben Affleck as Batman. Micheal Keaton, 70-year-old Micheal Keaton, who great actor from Beetlejuice, the original Batman, 1989 Batman Returns, Vulture in the Spider-Man Homecoming, and other great movies he was in. Jack Frost, I remember he was the dad who we got reincarnated into the Snowman. Yeah, that actor, Micheal Keaton. We all know. Oh, what's it called? What the movie that was based on McDonald's? I forget the name of it, but if you could tell me the name of it, just put it in the comments below, guys. The movie that was based on McDonald's, the startup of McDonald's, how McDonald's became to be. Yeah, so the reports are saying, Micheal Keaton is replacing Ben Affleck as a Batman in the DCEU. And I'm like, no, that cannot be true. And it turns out it is not true at all. They debunked that. Micheal Keaton is reappearing as Batman and Bruce Wayne in the Flashpoint movie. The Flash movie, that's going to involve Flashpoint. You know Flashpoint from the comic books in 2011. That changed the DC universe in the comics. I have multiple Flashpoint comics. Not here in storage because I can't fit all. I have tons of comics, to be honest with you. I have tons of comics, and I cannot fit them all in the condo. But I have it in my storage, and I bought like all variations of the Flashpoint comics. The main Flashpoint storyline. Then I got the Wonder Woman Flashpoint, the Batman Flashpoint, Superman Flashpoint, Aquaman Flashpoint. You know what I mean, right? All different variations that revolve around the main story of Flashpoint, but the side stories in Flashpoint 2. I have like all of that, and they all came with little pins of Flashpoint pins, logos. Like you got a Wonder Woman Flashpoint logo, a Batman Flashpoint logo, Superman Flashpoint logo. Not exactly. I remember getting it from the comic book store once I bought those Flashpoint comics. And I have tons of comics. In Flashpoint, I have tons of Flashpoint comics, tons of comics from 2011. I have the first issue of the Batman New 52, and that's worth something. That's worth over $50. And very soon, later in this year, 2021, it's gonna be a 10-year-old comic. A lot of my first issues, I bought a lot of first issues of the New 52 in 2011. It's going to be 10 years old. I can't believe it, guys. I can't believe it. It's 10 years old. But the New 52 is gone, guys. We know it's the rebirth and everything. But that's a different story. Let's get back to Micheal Keaton. Of course, Micheal Keaton is not going to place Ben Affleck. We know Ben Affleck's just going to be in this movie too, the Flashpoint movie, his variation. Remember, Flashpoint is different universes, so you can have more than one Batman in it, guys. Remember that. And if you guys ever read the comics, that's what basically is. It's different universes involving different Batmans, different Supermans, different Wonder Womans. If they have Superman in this movie, don't expect them to be the Superman, the Henry Cavill Superman. You can say for a Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, don't expect the same Wonder Woman like character. Expect a more vicious character. If Wonder Woman was in that movie. Same with and Superman. Superman is totally different in Flashpoint in the comics. Totally different. But from what I heard, from what I read, this has been debunked. Micheal Keaton is not Batman. Let's get that once again out of our heads. Micheal Keaton is not going to replace Ben Affleck as Batman. Now, Ben Affleck is before. It's going to be in this movie, but I believe that's his last role as Batman. Yes, he's going to be the Zack Snyder's Justice League Batman, but that doesn't count right now because that's just a one-off. I'll get to that later, but that's just a one-off, guys. But from Warner Brothers is planning to have 2 Batmans. Robert Pattinson's Batman, that's a separate universe. As maybe a Batman universe. I don't mind a Batman universe. And Ben Affleck's Batman is going to be replaced apparently by a new actor. We don't know yet. That's the plan. It's going to be replaced by a new actor taking that role as Batman. After the last appearance of Flashpoint and Zack Snyder's Justice League, which doesn't count. My guess with this Batman in DCEU, whoever replaces him, they're not going to make any separate Batman's movies because they don't want to trick audiences with the 2 universes, right? With Robert Pattinson's Batman, that's a separate universe, and they don't want to trick audiences with the replacing Ben Affleck's Batman in the DCEU universe. They don't want to have a DCEU universe Batman series because that'll trick audiences with this Robert Pattinson's Batman universe. And we don't know Robert Pattinson's universe. That might be expanded into another bigger universe with not just Batman characters. We don't know. Remember, so March of 2022 to Robert Pattinson's Batman. So we got a year and 2 months away. So 14 months to that movie. We don't know what Flashpoint 2022, 2023. Remember that movie? The Flash has been on like development for like 5, 6, 7 years. We don't even know who the villain is, guys. We don't even know who the villain is. I assume it's gonna be Reverse Flash because he's the one who sets up Flashpoint. Yeah, alright, I'm checking my phone. Michael Keaton is not replacing Ben Affleck. Just get that fucking out of the way, guys. Not replacing Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck's role is gonna be the Zack Snyder's Justice League. And his last role as Batman is gonna be the Flashpoint Batman. Flashpoint Flash movie. Flashpoint. So fuck. I'm sorry. Sorry for swearing there, guys. Now, guys, let's go to another topic. So January 1st, Cobra Kai Season 3 debuted on Netflix. I watched the first episode that day, then I watched like 5 episodes the next day, and then I watched 10 episodes. No, I watched like 6 episodes the next day. So that'll be 7, and I watched the final 3 Saturday night. And I gotta tell you, this season was the best of the 3. 100%. This season, they took it up a notch. The twists and turns in the season. The repercussions of season 2, what happened in that the high school fight between Cobra Kai and Miyagi's dojo. Down the Russo's dojo versus what was Johnny Lawrence's dojo, who became John Kreese's dojo. Remember, Kreese took over the dojo, and in that fight, you see Robert Keane basically paralyzed Miguel. Miguel was in a coma at the end of season 2. Robbie ran away, on the one. What happens in season 3? We see repercussions of that fight. Miguel's still in the hospital. I'm gonna spoil this, guys. If you haven't seen it, don't watch this part. So Bobby Keane is on the run. Miguel's still in the hospital. Samantha LaRusso is still hurt. She goes. Tori, the girl that injured Samantha, Sam, got expelled from school and is on probation, parole, and stuff. She got expelled. The first episode, Johnny Lawrence. What they try to do, what Daniel LaRusso tries to do is try to find Robbie Keane. Anything to find Robbie Keane. Because he doesn't want the cops to find him. He wants Robbie to turn himself in to get a lesser sentence to confess. So his sentence to be less. So as the episodes go on, LaRusso, Johnny Lawrence team up. The second episode, they get into a fight with car mechanics at a garage. Johnny Lawrence gets in trouble. Johnny. You see Kreese. And so Cobra Kai and Miyagi Jojo's gone. Miyagi Jojo's kind of not around in the first few episodes, but the Cobra Kai Dojo's still around. Kreese is still in charge. They try to find Robbie. Daniel gets a call that where Robbie is. Robbie's at a rehab center where his mom is recovering from being a drug addict, right? And she's doing well. And that's when LaRusso confronts Robbie, and all of a sudden the cops show up. And Robbie is mad. Robbie goes to juvie. Doesn't do very well in juvie. He gets beat up. Doesn't make any friends there. But gets respect in the end. Lawrence goes to Miguel. Miguel wakes up from his coma. But he can't walk. He's paralyzed from the waist down. But there's a chance to get back. He needs money for surgery for the chance to walk back. He gets the money. Unfortunately, it was Miyagi Dojo raising the money, but Cobra Kai stole the money. They're still pissed off because they're loyal to Miguel. Miguel finds out what happens with Cobra Kai. There was one part with they're at a amusement park. One Miyagi Dojo's members lives there. The big guy, I'm not gonna say it. The big guy who was friends with the other big guy, Cobra Kai, who was friends. He calls Sam and the other members of Miyagi Dojo come. So they get into a fight with Cobra Kai. Fortunately, Tori comes with backup. Samantha's scared to face her. Hawk has Dimitri in his arm. He breaks his arm, but Hawk, the look on Hawk's face, you could tell he's not happy. He could tell he's like, he's thinking about. He's thinking about how bad that was. Like he's regretting. You can see the regret on his face. Robbie felt betrayed by his father, and Luis gets out of juvie, goes to Kreese's, and you can see Kreese corrupting him. Cobra Kai doesn't trust Kreese. Cobra Kai doesn't trust Robbie, especially Hawk. Kreese recruits new members to Cobra Kai, especially the bully from season 1 that bullied Hawk, Miguel, and Dimitri. And Hawk is starting to question Kreese's decision making. And his backstory, the backstory of Kreese in this season, that he was that he once was a raider at a diner. He got picked on by a football jock who was with a girl, and that girl liked Kreese. So Kreese joins the army, the military, says goodbye to his girl. That girl becomes his, I think it's fiance. I'm not sure. His girlfriend, but I don't know if it's fiance. Joins the army, goes to Korea, part of the Korean War. His sergeant asks for him. And his sergeant says we have a special mission, and we need a couple of guys who's up for it. Kreese knows a couple of guys. As they're talking about this mission, sergeant gets a letter from one of his people that were from one. Gets a letter that's meant for Kreese, saying that his girlfriend, fiance, something happened to his fiance. We don't know yet, but I'll tell you later. He doesn't want to tell Kreese because he doesn't need somebody not emotional and not in the right state of mind. Be going to the right state of mind to cost him this mission. What happens is they go on this mission. One of the crew, not the squad, whatever, was gonna set up a bomb. Unfortunately, his sergeant like, hit it, Kreese. But unfortunately, Kreese refused because his friend, it was a guy who set up the bomb was his friend, wasn't out of the way, didn't get out of the way. So Kreese hesitated and didn't. They got caught by the Koreans. They got put in a cage, and what the Koreans did with the captured Americans was force them to fight over a pit, and in the pit there were snakes. And the sergeant was like, "It's not about us anymore, boys. It's about you and I in the fight for survival." And what happens is, time goes on. The sergeant started to talk about Kreese, how show no mercy, stuff like that. And Kreese didn't bite it. Kreese was loyal at the point. But it was Sergeant versus Kreese in the fight over the pit. Now what's going on? You see the American Army in the copters. They were being rescued. But they started to fight, and Kreese's sergeant told him what happened to his fiance. I guess his fiance, that she died, and that pissed off Kreese. That is angry. They were fighting over the pit. His sergeant fell, grabbed onto the ledge of what they're fighting onto. Kreese, there's snakes. Kreese is obviously frustrated man. Says no mercy. Steps on each hand. Letting his sergeant fall into the snake pit, and there's the birth of Cobra Kai because there's snakes down there, and there's obviously cobras down there. Birth of Cobra Kai dojo, and that's how Kreese became the psycho, the sociopath. No mercy, and that's how he trains the students. He's treating the real world like it's the military, like it's a war. Oh. And then we see Dan Luso's car dealership struggling because of the fall of the high school fight between the two dojos. His condescending rival, wants to buy it, but he says no. He goes to Japan, tries to convince this company not to sell to this guy, but they wouldn't listen. He goes to Okinawa, where Mr. Miyagi is from. And he connects from his girl, the girl from I forgot her name from Karate Kid 2. They reconnect. And then all of a sudden, the enemy, the villain from Karate Kid 2, shows up. She apparently called him here, and he is a changed man. So she goes. They'll meet later, obviously. So him and his former rival from season 2, from Karate Kid 2, hit the enemy. They talk and they go to a dojo. Apparently he's become a dojo a master, right? Sensei. Him and Daniel-san fight. They go outside, they fight. Yeah, he actually beats Daniel-san. And you know, remember in Karate Kid 2 when he was down, when he was defeated, Daniel-san had a hand like this, and he was like this. So he did it to Daniel-san, but what he did was go like this, honk honk on the nose, as a joke, because he says he lost his honor. He wanted to kill himself, but what he did was manage to recover, start a new dojo, change his ways, become an ally to help Daniel LaRusso, find his way again. He taught him a trick. He taught him a trick how to paralyze the limbs of his opponent, which Daniel LaRusso will use later in the season. LaRusso, Daniel-san. So they make up. They shake hands. They bow. They don't shake. You know, in Japan, you bow, right? And as an honor. Right? He goes meets up his girl from Karate Kid 2. Apparently she has a person, she has someone who's working with the car company he's trying to make a deal with. And looks like he gets back on track, right? The dealership gets back on track, people start coming in. There was at one point in the season there was a Cobra in the car. But that was before this. Also, we see Miguel wake up from his coma. But he's paralyzed, right? He's allowed to go home. He gets the surgery done. They tried everything to make him walk again. He was depressed and stuff. They blame Sensei for some of it. But Johnny takes him to a concert to help him take the mind off things because he was depressed. Take him to a concert, an illegal concert. But Johnny lies to the bouncer. Gets him in, and then it's a rock concert. And you see all of everybody dance, rocking out, and on the wheelchair, he was in a wheelchair. He was tapping his foot. All of a sudden, he was tapping his foot, and Johnny looks down at it. He tells Miguel, "Look down," and that's a sign that you may be able to walk again. And so Johnny helps Miguel get his legs back into it. He has to walk again, like he's a baby learning how to walk again, right? Learning how to walk, and that eventually gets there. Johnny decides to start a new karate dojo called Eagle Fang. And what happens with Cobra Kai? Some of the members of Cobra Kai and the new members, they lost their new members, and Kreese kicked them out. So some of those members joined Eagle Fang, especially the big white guy with the red. You know what I'm talking about, right? Friends with the big African American guy who when the other type of dojos became enemies. But he was kicked out, so he joined Eagle Fang, Johnny's group. Johnny's dojo. Sorry, I had a little brain cramp there. And they trained Miguel. There was one lesson. We have to kick this, right? Kicks. Unfortunately, Miguel didn't have enough strength to jump yet, so he couldn't do it. Johnny says, "Okay, take a break, guys." Because Johnny changed his ways of teaching people. Why you be more mercy, more caring. Johnny became more caring, and all of a sudden he started an alley. Remember Alley from Karate Kid, right? Everything was about. They started to talk on Facebook, and then they started to meet each other. And he started to hang out. You could tell there's a relationship brewing there, possibly. But unfortunately, he slept with Miguel's mother, right? So she tells him she's divorced. She's a doctor, but she's divorced with 2 kids. Johnny has a kid. They go to a New Year's party. A New Year's party, I think. Where the Daniel Lewis and his wife are. His wife really hates Kreese. She slapped him and stuff. And the karate tournament by city council was going to be cancelled because of the fight at the high school. But Miguel and Samantha Lewis will convince them not to cancel the fight. Each dojo leaders, Johnny of Eagle Fang, Lewis of Miyagi Dojo, they restarted it because of the whole war between them and Cobra Kai. And Kreese of Cobra Kai tried to convince them, but it's the kids. So the tournament's back on, but it's not going to be in season 3. It'll probably be in season 4. Right, guys? That's good. I'm sorry, man. What happens is, season 8, Ali meets up with LaRusso, right? And stuff like that. What happened? Well, during this time, sorry. Miyagi Dojo and Eagle Fang Dojo. Miyagi Dojo invited Eagle Fang Dojo. They didn't get along at first, but they had to make peace and join up forces against Cobra Kai because Cobra Kai is the real enemy. All of a sudden, Cobra Kai breaks into LaRusso's house. They started a fight with Miyagi Dojo and Eagle Fang. Tori obviously going after Samantha. Hawk. It looks like at one point Cobra Kai was winning. Miguel was fighting the bully from season 1. The bully was getting the upper hand. These 2 guys had Dimitri in arm position to break for asking Hawk to break his arm again. But Hawk was looking at it. He went and does 2 kicks to the 2 Cobra Kai members, turning his back at Cobra Kai. I caught a face turn. Being sorry to Dimitri. They shake hands. Peace made up. Hawk defects Cobra Kai. Hawk is the guy with the mohawk hair and stuff. And I think he joins Eagle Fang. So Hawk is on the good guy's side. Tori and Samantha was going at it. Tori's having the upper hand because Samantha was afraid of her. They go in the dojo, the Miyagi Dojo. And Samantha was starting to gain their guts because earlier in the season, her father took her out of boat trip to teach her a lesson. It's not about fishing, but to regain her confidence and stuff. And during that fight, she did regain her confidence, and they started to fight. Samantha got her in the position where Tori couldn't do anything, and say, "Tori, you lost. Leave." That's what they basically told her. Miguel managed to get strength back in his leg and did an awesome kick to the bully from season 1. I forget his name. I don't care really. Knocks him out. So Johnny heard about this and hears about his son being trained by Kreese. Johnny goes to this is the last episode. Goes to the Cobra Kai dojo, confronts Kreese. Kreese starts to talk him into joining him, and Johnny, of course, his son, starts to beat up Kreese. They start to fight. They go in upper hand, right? Johnny has Kreese down and stuff, but then Robbie comes out over to stop Kreese from fighting, stop Johnny from finishing him off. They start to fight, and Johnny accidentally throws his son into lockers, knocking his son out, and you can tell Johnny's like, oh, it's like, oh, what did I do? And Kreese picked up the thing of Raphael from Ninja Turtles holds, hits him in the back with it, not with the spike bar, and pushed Johnny into a chokehold. He was gonna kill him. He was gonna kill Johnny. Kreese was gonna kill Johnny. And all of a sudden, LaRusso, boom, out of nowhere, knocks Kreese off, and LaRusso was pissed off of Kreese because it was Cobra Kai that ran into his house, to hurt his family, and damaged his house, right? He was pissed off of Kreese. I don't think I've seen Daniel LaRusso, and any of the other karate movies, as pissed off as this in a fight. They're fighting him and Kreese, right? They go through a window, and all of a sudden, Johnny learning the paralyzing trick from the Karate Kid 2 enemy, from his Karate 2 enemy, to Kreese, and Kreese was like paralyzed. He couldn't do anything, and Johnny wanted to kill him. He got to a point where like he wanted to kill him, but Samantha and Miguel came and said, "Stop," because that's not Daniel LaRusso. He wants to show mercy, and Johnny was there, managed to recover. He's like, "You leave, pack up Cobrakai and leave." And Kreese talked about making a deal. It's like, guys, okay, at the tournament, if any of you win, I'll pack up Cobrakai and leave. And that's the end of season 3, basically. It's getting intense. Season 4 is going to be the tournament, and in this tournament, it's going to determine if Kreese packs up Cobrakai and leaves, right? And then the heel turn, face turns. You got Miguel turning on Cobrakai, joining Eagle Fang. Hawk turning on Cobrakai, joining Eagle Fang. Other members of Cobrakai joining Eagle Fang. We got Robbie, who was part of Miyagi Dojo, joining Cobrakai. So wrestling terms, heel and face terms. And this is like New Japan with factions too. It was great. I can't wait to season 4 with the tournament. And at the end, I forgot this part. At the end of season 3, you see at the Miyagi Dojo outside, Eagle Fang and Miyagi working together, and you see on one side Daniel LaRusso and the other side Johnny Lawrence as co-senseis working together. Because they have one common enemy. They made peace, they're allies, they have one common enemy, and that's Cobra Kai. And the thing is, the name of the show is Cobra Kai, so in season 4, I think Kreese is going to win. But I'm not going by wrestling stuff because it's just wrestling stuff, but just going by the name of the show. I mean, if they lose, maybe, I don't know, right? You need an enemy. And I'm looking for the fight. I think you're going to have Tori versus Samantha Russo. And you're going to have a rematch of Robbie versus Miguel. And this time, Robbie's the villain and Miguel is the good guy. But, I don't know. Maybe Robbie will have a face turn. Again. I don't know. We're going to see some interesting fights in the tournament. So guys, that's Cobra Kai season 3 review. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you check it out because it's one hell of a season. I'm glad it moved to Netflix because I was never watching it on YouTube. Glad it moved to Netflix. It's the best decision Sony made for this show is to go to Netflix. Alright guys. I'm going to talk about shows debuting for season 2 next Sunday, the 17th, and that's Batwoman. Now, I'm not high on this season 2 of Batwoman. I feel like you need Kate Kane to be Batwoman, because I don't know how this new Batwoman will fit in this Gotham, because the father is the head, right? The Crows? Yeah, whatever. The Crows. And Alice, the twin sister of Batwoman, of Kate Kane, is the villain. I don't know how it's going to fit. The whole premise of this season is pretty what happened to Kate Kane. So we got a new Batwoman. Different character. Wired Wilder is her name. Criminal off the streets, which I guess has to change. Gets a new leaf, becomes Batwoman to make up, to give her life, give her direction. And you see the clips of her talking to Lucius Fox's son. But I don't know how. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if the season, because Batwoman wasn't very good. They all got favorable reviews, season 1, and I'm gonna be negative. Usually I'm not a negative guy, but I think season 2 is gonna be the last season for the show. We know Supergirl is last season. It's coming up. Black Lightning's last season's coming up. Flash is continuing. Legends of Tomorrow is coming. We know Arrow's done. No news on Stargirl season 2. I love Stargirl season 1 series. But the CW shows, they start off good, This is the only show I think that start off good. To be honest with you, but they usually start off good. But as more seasons go on, they start to go in the opposite direction. They start not to be as good. Have you noticed that? I think Flash. I loved Flash first 3 seasons when they had Reverse Flash, Zoom, Savitar, and then they went to what's his name? Tinker, and Reverse Flash again. And this year's Mirror Master. I don't know. It's too many things, and I think Flash. I don't know how long the Flash is. Maybe we'll go 8 seasons like this Arrow, but I think it's on his last legs too. See, I don't know when they're filming. Legends of Tomorrow. I think they're getting close to last legs too. It's a fun show, but yeah, it's suffering from CW. But Superman and Lois is coming out soon. I think this month. I saw the teaser. I didn't make anything of the teaser. It's nothing interesting. But Supergirl's ending this year. Well, not ending. I don't know if it's ending this year, but the last season, the next season's the last season. Same for Black Lightning. Okay, let's talk about. I'm not. You know what? You heard about the Rayfisher stuff. Looks like possibly he might not be fired. I don't know. He's not. He's up. Why would he want to be back and work for Warner Bros. In the DCEU after how they treated him and stuff? How he thinks they treated him. Why would he want to be back? Guys, that doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna talk about that. I don't like talking about that stuff unless I really have to. And Warner Bros. Is a fishy company. Suspicious. They're very suspicious. But Walter Hamada signed for 2 or 3 more years to look over the DCEU projects, the comic book projects, the Warner Brother Comics projects for movies and TVs. Yeah, and you can say a lot about Walter Hamada. But he did produce some of my favorite movies. He helped produce some of my favorites, that included Conjuring. My guess is he's the one who got James Wan to do Aquaman, and I like James Wan's movies. So it's a Conjuring. I love the Conjuring series. But guys, see, I was gonna have a rant on that, but I decided not to. Of course, he wouldn't want to work for them guys. I don't know if he's fired, but he's not gonna work for them guys. But I was gonna rant on that, but I decided not to. I calmed down. I do rant from once in a while. So, but here's some Zack Snyder news. He has no plans to do any more DCEU movies. This Justice League movie, it's the only thing that's gonna come out of him involving Warner Brothers and DCEU, because they let him finish this movie, and why we want to continue working for them. I bet he's happy that I'm doing this, but the way they treated him, I don't think we want to work for them. I mean, maybe they made up a little bit, but maybe it's best for him not to work with them for some time. They probably made up with them. They apologized to them. Otherwise, the Justice League movie wouldn't get made. And the sequels, and there was no plan for sequels. I believe if Zack Snyder's Justice League movie was the original movie and not the one in 2017, but that had to be finished by Joss Whedon, and we got if nothing happened in Zack Snyder's personal life, and we got that movie, there would have been sequels. And I know there probably was going to be sequels. I heard possibly two more sequels involving Darkseid, because that's the plan. The plan was Steppenwolf and then Darkseid, guys. They have to finish up Darkseid. We only can see Darkseid a little bit in here. Steppenwolf is still the villain here. In fact, let me see something. Okay, whatever. I can't find anything. But we know, Darkseid's in here. We know Steppenwolf is in here. Steppenwolf looks much better in this version than he did in the version we got in 2017. The movie comes out in 2 months. March 25th, I believe is the date. So late March. That's gonna get a lot of talk. It's gonna get things buzzing, guys. There's gonna be a lot of new scenes, more character development for certain characters. We don't need character development for Batman. We're gonna see Superman in a black suit. Character development for the Cyborg. We don't see any character development for Wonder Woman, Batman, or a little bit for Superman. Maybe a little bit more for the Flash, but definitely for Cyborg. Because I'm sorry, guys. A lot of people like Cyborg. And nothing against Cyborg. Nothing against Rayfisher or anything. I do believe some of the stuff he's saying. And I'm not one of those people like, oh, show us the evidence, show us the evidence. I'm like, guys, he's not allowed to do that. Don't you know anything about court case lawsuits? You're not supposed to reveal the evidence to the public. That's why they go to court and stuff. It's a private thing. It's eternal. It's illegal. Guys, if you lawyers will tell you to keep it inside. They won't tell you to. They'll tell you, okay, you can say this stuff, you can say this stuff, but they cannot tell you what's going inside. What go into details. They cannot tell you to tell the public what's going on. It's like sports, for example. Oh, we're team GMs and coaches are not allowed to say which players that they're interested in, who they're talking with. Like specific players. They can say, oh yeah, we're talking multiple free agents, but he can't say, oh, we're talking with George Springer, Francisco Lindor, Trevor Bauer. They can't say names. They can't say that. That's inside. They can't say that. And they can't. Like in sports, you can't tamper, even though there is tampering going on in sports. And I know this is not a sports show, but I'm giving you an example. You can't say that stuff. That's like in this case, you can't reveal evidence to the public. You want people who are like, oh, where's evidence? Where's evidence to support this? It's not for you to see until his legal team says it's okay. Until everything is fine for people to see. When it's time, he'll put out a statement, and it won't be like a tweet. It'll be like a full page statement on Instagram and on Twitter. It won't be a bunch of tweets, but he will post it when his legal team says it's okay. That's when you'll know, guys. That's when you'll know when the evidence. And this stuff could take some time. Things don't get solved in a month. Be patient, people. Okay, guys. So a couple days ago, 2 days ago, Friday, I bought a Lego set from Toys R Us, and it got here 2 days ago. 2 days ago, Tuesday. This Lego set was a Marvel Lego set, but a Black Widow Lego set from the movie. Obviously, it's supposed to come out last year, but it's coming out this year in May. And this is a helicopter, so I know this Lego tends to spoil stuff, so this is not a big spoiler. But I'm gonna show you the Lego set of Black Widow that I got. Yes. Okay. A copter, guys. Yeah, you saw a piece fall. I'll fix this piece. Don't worry. You see here the propellers. Something being shot here. Weapons. This is the villain's weapon. This is the villain's villain's helicopter, whatever you want to call it. And the villain is this guy, Taskmaster, and he comes with this, which you can put in the back of the copter. Taskmaster. This is the villain? No. In the movie, we don't know who is under the mask or under the hood of Taskmaster. We know in the comics it's Tony Master's former SHIELD agent who knows everybody's moves and stuff. But in the movie, it could be different. And here is, and I'll show you the main event of my Lego set. Lena Boliva, being played by Florence Pugh, with guns, on a motorcycle. Yeah. Maybe she'll take the reign as the next Black Widow, right? After Black Widow passed away in Endgame, or sacrificed herself in Endgame to get the Soul Stone. And here's the main event: Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow with the batons and stuff. Isn't this awesome or what? So that's my Lego set I got Tuesday. I like Lego. I want to buy. I have tons of Lego sets from DC and Marvel. But I have to make them all together again because I don't have a lot of space in a lot of my Pokemon cards. I have a lot of sports cards that I need to get sleeves and binders for so I can put them in there. Right? Yeah, that's what my Lego sets, guys. And you can't see it, but my Nintendo Switch is over there. I got my PlayStation 4 down there somewhere. PlayStation 4 games and my controllers up there, along with my Nintendo Switch games, because my PlayStation 4, my PlayStation 5, and my Xbox Series X is in the main room. Right? I gotta finish Spider-Man. I'm halfway done Spider-Man. I'm actually 70% done Spider-Man. Then I'm gonna do the Morales. And that's about it for video games. There's no video games I want this month. There's nothing. I don't know. Hitman doesn't interest me. It's very. Maybe I'll just look on Game Pass and download the game on Game Pass, or on the PS4, PS5, the PlayStation thing there, and see what game there is there. But most of the games on the PlayStation Pass thing, I played. Like Batman Arkham Knight, I played. God of War, Uncharted, I played those games. And good games, love those games, but I played them already. But there is some games on Xbox Series X that you buy, like Xbox games and Xbox 360 games, like Knights of the Old Republic, both 1 and 2 for like $10. Maybe it's worth it to play those games. Those are good games. So guys, once again, and another piece fell off, which I'll fix, guys, don't worry. Ah. I'm sorry. And so let's get. Oh, one more thing. Yeah, I know I'm wasting time because the show's about to end. One more thing, guys. WandaVision. In 8 days. There's rumor that's they're gonna show the first 2 episodes next Friday. I think it's gonna be like Mandalorian, guys. It's gonna be like weekly. It's gonna be a miniseries. It's not gonna be like all episodes at once, where you could just binge watch it. It's gonna be weekly. So, but the rumor is it's next Friday the 15th. It's gonna be the first 2 episodes on Disney Plus, which I'm gonna watch, and then Winter Soldier and Falcon Winter Soldier is in March. So they're sort of spacing out, right? Loki is in May, so they're spacing out WandaVision. 2 months later, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and 2 months later, Loki. So that's what they're doing. So it'll be like January to March, March to May, and May to July. And maybe some movies to be out too, like maybe Black Widow from Disney, and or Shang-Chi, and maybe I don't know when Suicide Squad's out, but maybe some Warner Brothers movies too. So guys, that's gonna be my show. Sorry, I'm checking my phone. And there was a big baseball trade. I'll talk about it Saturday. So that's gonna be my show. Before I end this show, I'll plug Saturday show. Why We Love Sports episode 11. Yes, my 11th episode. It was kind of boring this week. I'm not making playoff predictions NFL because the first game is gonna be happening while I do my show. I'm gonna make a separate video for NFL predictions. Expected to come out tomorrow. Again, for this week, wildcard playoff games. So expected to come out tomorrow. But I'm gonna talk about the Lindor Carrasco trade between Mets and Indians. Talk about some basketball. I'll talk about my Toronto Raptors, what I think they should do, and why I don't like how this team plays. I'm gonna go over basketball standings. NHL's getting close by. I'm going to talk about some things in the NHL. Football news. I'm going to talk about Philadelphia. Problems or what they should do with rents and stuff. And other football stuff. Trevor Lawrence and Josh Fields, what I think the top 2 teams in the draft should do. Jets and Jaguars. Monday, why we love... No, it's not why we love. Monday is going to be... It's all about wrestling. That's episode 10, I believe. Episode 10. We go over the weekly review of Wrestle Kingdom Night 2. I may talk about New Year's Dash. Not New Day Dash. We'll go over New Year's Evil in the AEW show. And definitely SmackDown. And we'll talk about Goldberg. And I'll talk Goldberg's gonna be our discussion. And I'm going to talk about the rumor call of Damian Priest to SmackDown. That was supposed to happen on Friday. And I'll talk about a little bit Royal Rumble stuff. And then Tuesday, I'm going to do a special live stream on Tuesday. I'm going to preview the NHL season. These shows are all at 3 p.m., guys. And then Thursday is going to do another show on next Saturday, by We Love Sports, right? So, thank you for listening. All these shows are 3 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe down below. And thank you. And have a good day, guys. Bye.